Joey and Teddy here of dudesintheroom.com. We're both in our respective robes, and we have our respective coffee. So, of course, that means it's time for another classic hidden gem game review. And this one I have for you guys today is also going to be on the PlayStation Vita. This was a PlayStation Vita kind of exclusive remake. I want to say it was also maybe on the PlayStation 3, but yeah, this was a kind of a HD, redo of a game that was on. I want to say the original Xbox, which was Oddworld: Stranger's Wrath, and I have it here on the Vita. So let's go ahead and check it out. So yeah, I have it downloaded here, and yeah, I'm actually on a boss level right now. That's kind of where I left off, but I can still kind of show you the mechanics and kind of how the game works. So this is a game that came out. I want to say maybe around about 10. I want to say this game came out about 2005, and it's your classic. Like you have obviously it looks like a first-person shooter, but you can also kind of go third-person and run around. After a little while, he's even gallop through the landscape, and this game is really interesting because I think graphically, like visually, and kind of as far as gameplay goes, like this game is kind of amazing that it's on the Vita and it looks this good. Like this on the PlayStation 3, it's a HD remake, and it's pretty much in HD here on this on this screen. So and it's basically runs pretty much the same way as it did, on the original Xbox. So it's a pretty faithful remake. Yeah, and it's just a really interesting game because it's like you have all these shooter mechanics, that you have all these kind of wacky, like you basically have your little crossbow, and you have all these wacky arms to go along, with it, and kind of like in the same vein of like a game like GoldenEye, you can always have two different styles of bullets to go in your gun. So yeah, let me see if I could take on this boss that I'm on here. I don't know. These two guys have been giving me hell. Haven't quite figured out how to beat them yet, but yeah, I think this game is worth picking up. This is another game I may have gotten on a sale. I don't remember how much particularly, but at any normal time, it should probably be around $15 on the PlayStation Network. And I'm out of ammo. I always find the worst possible place to go whenever I'm doing these videos. But the whole point is just gotta show the game off, is not really show any kind of progression through it necessarily. But yeah, go ahead and pick this up. I think this game is, and I know, like I had the original Xbox, and this game got some love, but I feel like it's really, if you any kind of fan of Oddworld, I mean, this is one of the better Oddworld games that I've delved into, and I never really digged on the ones, the other ones so much. I kind of like the Western inspired, first/third person shooter style that this one has. But yeah, I'd say go ahead and check this one out. If you're a fan of any of those particular those genres, and as far as Vita games go, most people know that there's not a whole lot of stuff of kind of first party games like this to play on there, or at least ones that are actually decent. And I think this is pretty good. So yeah, Stranger's Wrath gets 2 thumbs up from Coffee and Robe Reviews.